In this video, I'd like to tell you the story of how I got involved with color rays. The story begins in the 1980s when I first learned about the healing color rays from inner world experiences that I had with the gemstone guardian of carnelian. She also taught me about color ray bearing gemstones and the concept of the main color ray. For several years I worked with color ray necklaces and enjoyed their unique benefits. There are many questions for me that were left unanswered regarding the color rays, but I would have to wait a long time before they could be answered. Then in 1992, life guided me away from the gemstones for some very important reasons, until 2006, when I again began to work with them. But information about the color rays still eluded me. I knew there was an incredible wealth of knowledge about them, and including special ways to work with them therapeutically. And I knew I'd be invited to study this information, but at the time, I just wasn't ready, I guess. I can't tell you how many times I tried checking in inwardly to see if the time was right, but it wasn't. Then, in early 2013, things just shifted. I was so busy writing the Gemstone Therapy Practitioner training modules that one day I realized, whoa, I haven't had an inner world experience in quite some time. See, at night before bed, what would usually happen is I would meet with the inner teachers and study gemstone therapy in the inner world libraries. But because I was so busy, as soon as I went to bed, I'd just fall asleep. So inwardly I asked, could I have these experiences again? And I heard an inner voice say, are you sure? Well, of course I was, but then I let it go. Soon enough, one evening, just as I was going to bed, and before I could even shut off the light, I was gifted with the appearance of this beautiful yellow being who appeared at the foot of my bed. And this was, again, this is not how my inner experiences usually occurred. Usually I'd just close my eyes, I'd be met with a light and sound, and my adventures would begin. But this time, I was greeted by the guardian of the yellow color ray. So you might be asking, the color rays have guardians? Well, yes, apparently so. This being's appearance was less defined than that of the gemstone guardians I'd met in the past. She was more ethereal, as though she was this intelligent wisp of light that gracefully appeared angel-like, but so full of yellow light that if she did have a physical form, well, I couldn't see it very well. Her presence reminded me of a dream that I'd had with the guardian of Amethyst. He had told me these meetings would begin, but I had forgotten all about it. Later on, he would also help me design what we're calling the nourishing color ray necklaces. Anyway, the guardian of the yellow ray then gave me a gemstone mandala, or gemandala, made of yellow sapphire and white beryl. So as I jotted down the design, she talked about the nature of the gemandala and the benefits of working with the color ray. Well, it wasn't nightly, but over the course of a couple of weeks, I was visited by each color ray guardian. Each gave me a gemandala that featured their color ray gemstone, described the special nature of the gemandala and the benefits of working with it. So I typed up all my notes and I asked Ryan to begin working on the color ray brochure where much of the information that I had received would be shared. It was important to have the benefits of the color rays in one place, which was this brochure, so that people could easily read them and then, based on what they read, decide which color to work with. Well, there are also intuitive and energetic testing methods to choose a color, and also a very effective way to use a color ray circle, but selecting analytically is also effective. Every color ray is beneficial. Every color ray is needed for health and well-being, so you can't choose a wrong color to work with. And once you do decide, you've got some options. You can work with the essential color ray necklaces, those with a color ray gemstone and white beryl. You can work with the nourishing color ray necklaces, those with a color ray gemstone and white quartz, or you can work with color ray sprays. Well, I hope you enjoyed this introductory video I'm Isabelle Morton, welcoming you to the world of color rays.